Good morning, everybody. This is Lisa Whittemore. I'm with Texas A&M Agri Life Extension, Better Living for Texas in the Guadalupe County. Long title, but there's only one of me here. Good morning. We're going to talk about Walk Across Texas this morning. Now, first of all, I've got a lot of people listed in their emails. This afternoon, I will be sending out some flyers to each and every one of you. And if you'd like to check on them, that would be great for me. Also, with the delay in the weather and the delay in starting this program, which was supposed to start in January, we have extended our program. So even if you start this week or next week, you'll still be counted in the Guadalupe Valley, the Seguin Public Library program. This is Walk Across Texas, and like I said last week, we are 25 years old. So I have an older banner, but it works. Some of the things we're going to talk about today is last week, when we had the storm, if you went out and played in the snow, do you know that counted as your mileage? So one of the things I'm going to be emailing you this afternoon is what I do with it. All right. First thing I'm going to be emailing you is how to join. It's very easy. There's just 5 or 8 points here. And you have to join with Howdy Health. Now, there's been some confusion about whether you're on a team or you're doing solo, but if you want to be on a team, I can put you on one, but if you want to do solo, that's fine too, as long as you're tied into the league, which is Seguin Public Library, then you're fine. So you can do it solo, or you can do a team, or you can get your 5 or 6 family members together. Make your own team. It's really simple. But like I said, give me a call or email me this afternoon or next week, and I will help you walk through that. At the bottom of this page, also the league number. So it says Seguin Public Library, Guadalupe County, and you have a league number. You just tie that number in as you register, then you will automatically be registered in Seguin. The next thing I'm going to send to you is a Walk Across Texas flyer like this. Has a code. You just take a picture on your phone. You can register on Howdy Health, which is how you start with a walk and talk, or Walk Across Texas. Now, Walk Across Texas is 832 miles, El Paso to Orange, Texas. So that's what our goal is to do as a team. As a person, your goal is just to do what you can do. I did 249 miles last year, so I want to beat my record this year. The other thing I'm going to be sending you out is this conversion chart. It's a chart that will tell you what things you can do at home that counts as mileage. For example, when I vacuum for 30 minutes with the radio going, I like to, put some classic rock on and vacuum for 30 minutes, that equals a mile. So things that you do at home every day, the trash, the garbage. One of the things I do to add extra steps to my mileage is I have a 2-story house, so I will take one thing up at a time and come down so that I will add extra steps. I don't, push myself. I'm 69 years old, but I do keep active. Other items that count is gardening, mowing. Now, not on the riding lawnmower. I've got to say that. Riding lawnmowers don't count, but everything like that does count, and you'll have a complete list that you can check down. We'll also tell you how many minutes you have to do it and how many miles. Remember, every 2,000 steps is a mile. Another thing you can do is get on your phone and download any of the free apps for, I have what they call STEPS, S-T-E-Z, and it actually takes my steps and I turn it into miles and I just jot down. It keeps a whole week, actually it keeps a whole year's supply of mileage on your phone. That is super simple to do, and then at the end of the week I just look at it and write down what I did. And it's very important that you go onto your Howdy Health account and sign up and actually enter your mileage, either as a team or enter your mileage as an individual solo walker. Those are things to do. Some of the talking points that we're going to do today, which Texas is trying to get its people to be more mobile, more healthy. We know that walking is probably the simplest, easiest thing to do. We don't need any activities. We don't need a gym membership. Walking, even if you go to the grocery store and you spend an hour walking in H-E-B, which many of us have done the last couple of months, that is equal to a mile. So make sure that you're getting your proper steps. One of the things I do at H-E-B or Walmart is park a little further out in the parking lot. Now, sometimes it's hard to do that in the cold and snow, but you do, and you get an extra 15 to 20 steps at a time. The other thing I like to do when I go grocery shopping or to the mall is I'll walk around the whole outside of the store first, not outdoors, but inside where it's nice and cool. And that way I can pick up an extra 15 or 1,600 steps. So those are the little simple things to do. Now, one of the things I like to do is I have one of these, which is an exercise band. And as I watch my favorite shows, I'm always doing some kind of form of exercise in repetitions of 10. Now, if you would like one of these, I will have them next week here at the library. I want to stop by and pick them up. But just doing this increases your heart rate and your endurance and your strength. I often, and you have to be careful with this, put it under my foot while I'm sitting in a chair and do pull-ups like this. For anybody that's elderly or anybody that is sedentary, these are just simple ways to get your heart moving. Now, this is not a step, but if you do this for 30 minutes, you can count it as steps. So this is a good thing to do. A lot of people have the stretch bands, just the bands. I do have some of those available also. One of the things I do is I have 2 cans of Campbell soup by my chair. And I'll take the 2 cans of Campbell soup, which is 15.5 ounces, so a pound, and I'll do my curls with those. Of course, my husband thinks that I'm starving to death, and then I want to pop a top and drink it straight, but I won't. It's just curling things. So simple things like that. If you want to go larger or heavier, you can use gallon jugs of water. So one of the things I do when I'm working in my garden, I always put 2-gallon jugs and just carry them to wherever I know I'm going to be using in my garden, and that way I'm exercising, I'm getting my heart rate up, I'm working. What it does for you is fantastic. If you are tired or depressed, if you go out and do a little activity, it gets your heart and you're feeling better. I feel so much better when I'm outside walking. I feel so much better when I'm active. When I'm just sitting like I had to do last week with all the snow, I get grumpy and I just don't act right. So one of the things we want to do is get out. It lifts your mood, boosts your spirits, and it's very healthy for your body. Now, let me see what else. Anything that you can do, even the small amount, to improve your physical health is important. Walk across Texas is for everyone. Nothing's needed. You just need a good pair of shoes and walk. When I first started this program about 10 years ago, I could only walk for like maybe a half a mile to a mile a day. I was really surprised what I didn't do. As I've been getting busier and busier, it's really surprising how much mileage I can rack up in a weekend working in the yard, during the week running in and out of the offices, and taking the stairs instead of taking the elevator. Simple things to change your lifestyle so that you're more active. You get more oxygen in your system. Your heart is stronger. Your brain is clearer. So these are all things we can do. And why not have fun and walk across Texas? Put some good country music on, put in your ears, and let's go. Or, another thing, line dancing. That counts, and you can do lots of different things too. So this program is basically just to get you moving, Texas, get us interested in doing a little more physical activity than we usually do during the day. Especially as we get older. As I get older, I find that I'm slowing down. I don't have to run or jog to get my steps in. Just simply walking, enjoying nature. I walked out in the snow last week. I really enjoyed it for about 15 minutes until I got too cold. Don't want you to push yourselves. I don't want you to make yourself sick. I want you to be careful out there, but just get out and walk. Now this library here, I'm going to be here next Friday, and if it's a beautiful day, I'm going to be walking the path down here by the creek and I would love you to join me. As long as we're outside, we can do that. So I've got a 2-mile trek down here, so if you'd like to join me for 2 miles on a Friday morning, I would love to have you. Now, I think that I'm going to check this real quick and see what else I do. So we talked about the activities, we talked about Walk Across Texas. It's simpler, it's really easy to get logged in. If you need help, like I said, give me an email or call me at my office. Not only can you do this as an adult, but we also do children's programs in the elementary schools. So if you have a kiddo at home, and since we're homeschooling so much right now, if you want to get them involved in taking a walk, that is a great thing for them to do. And they can actually log on to Walk Across Texas, the youth, and sign up also. So those are things that we can do as parents to get our kids or grandchildren active. Now, if there is any questions, please feel free to call me at my office or call or email me or call the library. We'll answer anything we can, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for joining me for Walk Across Texas, and I'm heading outdoors. See you later.